Santa, you changed your mind.
Oh, joy, oh, happy day.
Welcome back, everybody, for another Christmas video, the last Christmas video of the year. I've been waiting to do this one for such a long time. This is one of my favorite Christmas movies. It's by Rankin Bass, the same studio that made Rudolph, it's the same studio that made Frosty. It is The Year Without a Santa Claus. Yes, that classic starring the Miser Brothers. It's absolutely wonderful. I can't wait to watch a hero review. I hope you guys go back and rewatch all the Christmas videos throughout this year. We have some great ones like The Grinch. Actually, I got to react to that one, which was great, and more. But like, subscribe, and do all that good stuff, because after the Christmas season, we have some great videos coming for all of you. But without further ado, let's get into the video.
Did you ever hear of the curious, furious, fidgety year when Santa Claus unhitched his sleigh and vowed he was taking a holiday? How do I know so much about Santa? Well, I'm Mrs. Claus. It was long ago, before you were living. Not yet Christmas, but past Thanksgiving, though I can't give you the very date.
Shitting on us for not knowing this story. You don't even know the exact time period. How dare you? But why is she making this all sound like, oh, he was just a little frustrated, almost undermining Santa, taking a year off? The dude was sick through most of this movie, as I'm about to show right here. Also, you were right there standing next to elves. Even if we didn't know you were Mrs. Claus, we weren't really questioning your credentials as a narrator about knowing this story.
Crick in my back, cold in my nose, aches in my fingers and all 10 toes, and a sort of kind of kink inside whenever I think of that Christmas ride.
Now, Santa, you just rest yourself a bit longer.
No wonder you got the shiver and shakes. Probably never got over the case of near pneumonia you picked up last year gallivanting around the world in your open sleigh. And for what? Just to deliver presents to a bunch of folks who don't give a hoot in the first place.
But,
Now, Doctor, it's not just presents, and you know it. What about all that Christmas spirit and goodwill?
I get this dude right here, or elf, being annoyed that Santa doesn't take care of himself, like almost having pneumonia last year and never quite recovering and still going to go do all this. I get that. But dude, you are a doctor to Santa Claus, and you hate Christmas. Maybe you are, like, having the wrong patient right here. Like, I get it, you're giving him his, like, the advice on the medical stuff, but I don't really think you're qualified to tell Santa Claus what to do about Christmas. Just saying. Also, is he an elf? If he is, one, he's a horrible elf. And if not, then bro, where do you live? Do you live in the North Pole, or did you just come all this way here? Like, how did they get you here? But of course, the doctor actually gets into Santa's head. Not only is he now not feeling well, but now kind of sad and depressed, thinking no one cares about Christmas and no one cares about him. Then we get the whole thing in the news like, oh, Christmas is canceled, it's not coming, which actually makes sense. This is like one of the few universes that actually has people acknowledging if Santa is real or not. Even though the rest of the movie will make parents not acknowledge Santa or not understand if Santa's real. But then Mrs. Claus tries on the suit, says, oh, anyone can be Santa. Just to realize after an entire musical number, maybe not everyone can be Santa, and then sends 2 elves and a reindeer to go find proof that people like Santa. I don't know what's the point of the musical number. It didn't mean anything. I would honestly have liked to have seen a movie where Mrs. Claus, who does star in this movie quite, and is in most of the scenes, but it would have been nice to actually see a movie where Mrs. Claus actually has to take over for Santa. I'm sure it's happened, but I'm just saying.
are you thinking that I'm doing the wrong thing by staying home?
Of course not, dear, but if you should change your mind...
Okay, what are you up to, Ma?
Me? Up to something? Oh, ridiculous. Do I look like I'm up to something?
No, you don't look like you're up to something, but Whenever you look like you're not up to anything, you're up to something. What are you up to, Ma?
Now, it's nothing that need concern you. Poor Jingle. Poor Jangle.
Jingle, jangle. Concern it, Ma. What's going on?
They're only trying to help.
Where are they?
Well, they thought they'd just browse around the world and see if the folks didn't really care about you and Christmas.
You mean they...
Okay, Santa is reasonably pissed right now because she's, first of all, before we even get to Santa being reasonable, she's just making water like, oh yeah, they were just, so happy and all on their own free will going, with this ideal to go see if they like you or not. It was your ideal, bitch. Second of all, they just lied to him and then, he's sick and just trying to ask, man, did I do the right thing or not? And she's just going along with her plan. Just be like, oh yeah, you did. Instead of just giving him general advice. I don't know. And then I could just keep going on with everything wrong with this scene. I'm just saying, Santa's kind of justifiably a little upset.
Where are we? Where are we heading?
What do you think?
Yeah!
Don't just stand there, you fools! They're part of that Santa Claus gang of goody-goodies. Oh, they must be on their way to start everybody dreaming of a white Christmas again. Don't let them get through! Singe their britches for them! Get them! Get them! Get them!
Of course, I never dreamed that little Vixen would make the mistake of flying right smack into Heat Miser's territory.
Bro, they're 5 feet away from one another. I don't think they were in either's territory. But also, my guy, Heat Miser uses to abuse an animal. First of all, how did he get one on both sides? That's where Snow Miser was standing. Maybe he hates him too. I don't know. But holy shit, he's just oh my god, they might be, just maybe, I have no definite idea, going to help Santa and make people dream of a white Christmas. Let's born a reindeer and make 2 people fall from the sky and almost die. Of course they're not going to die. But he didn't know that, right? He was just willing to commit animal abuse and kill 2 elves just because maybe, just maybe, they're making people dream of a white Christmas.
How can we find any goodwill if we can't even find any people?
All right, buddy, pull over.
What's the problem, officer?
What's the problem? I'll tell you what the problem is. Riding what do you call that thing anyway?
That's Vixen.
Riding a vixen the wrong way on a one-way street, crossing the white line, and wearing funny-looking suits on a Sunday.
But
Tell it to the judge.
maybe they don't like reindeer in these parts. I know what. We'll make her a disguise. Take your socks off.
Bro, it has nothing to do with the reindeer and if they like them or not. My guy somehow didn't even know what a reindeer was. Oh my god. What a cunty thing to buy a ticket for. Okay, going the wrong way on the road. Okay, whatever. Even though they're not driving a car. Whatever. I don't know what the other one was, but wearing funny clothes? That's against the law? Not liking someone's fit is illegal? Who decides that? Who decides what's funny looking clothes? Do they have examples in town hall? Or does each police officer get to decide and it's up to their discretion of what's funny looking clothes? And is it only Sunday or is it every day of the week or is it a couple? This law is weird. Also, somehow Santa found them in this small town. Though not found them yet, he just found the town. I don't know how. He's just chasing after them. But he'll get to his town so quick, but we'll spend probably 10 more minutes before he even finds either of the elves.
I beg your pardon, young man. May we have a word with you?
Sure. Hey, you're dressed up like a couple of Christmas elves. Haven't you heard the news? Santa's taking a holiday.
Yeah, it was in all the papers.
Well, you don't seem to be very upset about it.
Upset? Why should I be upset?
Yeah, what's the big deal?
You mean you don't care if Santa Claus comes or not? None of you?
Of course not. It's none of our business. Besides, believing in Santa Claus is for little kids.
But it's in the news. What do you mean it's for little kids? The news guys believing it. It's in the papers. And they were talking about to these people like, hey, do you know Santa's not coming? Oh, we don't believe in the story. We're just making sure you know the story. What? Why even tell them that? Fucking hell. And also, I get it. Jingle and Jingle, they may not understand everything about non-North Pole stuff and traditions and how to act outside the North Pole. But I think on top of that list, you don't walk up to a school and start talking to the kids. That's kind of weird.
A little later, when he got home.
Hi there, little fella. Can you spare a moment?
Sure. My name's Ignatius Thistlewhite. Everybody calls me Iggy. What's yours?
Claus. Claus.
What can I do for you, Mr. Claus?
Well, I'm looking for two friends of mine. Tiny little fellas. Red suits.
Oh, you must mean the two guys I met at school. They were asking us about Christmas and stuff.
Bro, Santa, you should know better. You're peeking out of trees like you're Michael Myers. What the fuck? And this kid who's also on top of it all, talking to two strangers at school, another one who's just hiding behind his house who was so nervous and suspiciously, trying to think of a name. On top of that, he's gonna let him into his house. I don't know how this kid is not dead. And you know what his parents' reaction is? To just start talking to all of them. Just have a group conversation about believing in Santa Claus or not, and the parents do, and they start singing a song, and it's a nice, sweet moment. But, yeah, I feel like this kid might need to be taught not to talk to strangers.
And that dog down at the pound is a reindeer. And you want to take him back to Santa Claus.
At the North Pole.
You see, Your Honor, we're here on a special mission.
A secret mission.
A secret mission, I should have guessed.
'Cause Santa isn't coming this year. Yep. He wants to take a holiday.
No more, please. I can't take any more. Reindeer, Santa Claus, elves.
But we are elves. We're serious. How can we convince you?
You know what? I can kind of understand why the mayor doesn't believe them. Like, why would you? Like they're elves trying to say they have a reindeer. To be fair, they also could just easily prove they have a reindeer by taking the socks off. Like, I don't know. Maybe they're all in the right for being a little annoyed at this man. And of course, this man, as they debate, like, dude, like, what can we do to make you believe us? He goes on a song about making it snow in their town, in Summertown. It also is in the south. Doesn't snow, apparently. And if these two elves can make it snow, he will believe them, give them the reindeer bag, and it will be fine and dandy. He will even make it a holiday for Santa, like he doesn't know they have a holiday. I feel like they could easily get the reindeer back and solve all their problems, which is what happens. Santa just goes back down to the pound and get it. They don't even need to make this stupid bet with this man. But, movie got a movie, and they take this kid who, for some reason, is going along with them, and they go with Mrs. Claus to talk to the Miser Brothers.
Well, I'm afraid he's got a pretty bad cold, Snowy.
Oh, that's a shame, the poor fellow. He should have come to see me. I'd have given him a good one. A little chilly humor there.
Don't you dare make fun of Santa Claus like that. He's the nicest person in the whole world.
Well, of course he is, Sonny. I love him a lot.
You do?
Well, of course I do, silly. Why, he's the best advertisement Snowbiz ever had. Now, What can I do for you, madam?
We need a snowstorm.
Well, no sooner said than done, my little icicle. Where do you want it?
In a town called Southtown, USA.
Bro, you just started believing in Santa. Just moments ago. Who are you to be like, how dare you talk about Santa? He's the greatest man who ever existed. So you just started believing. But of course, movie got a movie. And they just asked, hey, can you make it snow here? And despite the Miser brothers hating each other, Snow Miser is just like, no, I can't make it snow there. That's not my territory. Bro, you guys were going at war with one another. Your brother was shooting reindeer out of the out of the sky with like a heat ray. But now you are pretending you are above, going around him and making it snow for a moment in a territory that's not yours.
Well, 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 if it isn't Mrs. Claus. Where's your husband? Out doing another commercial for my brother?
Oh, come now. You know Santa isn't on your brother's payroll.
Well, then he's grossly unfair, that's what. Traipsing around in that stupid sleigh of his, stirring up cold winter breezes and causing everybody to think fondly of snowball fights and sleigh rides and ice hockey.
I assure you it's not intentional.
Well, why doesn't he wear a bathing suit and drive a sand buggy?
But we live at the North Pole.
And he could sing the praises of heat and rain.
I'll see what I can do. In the meantime...
Bro, I don't know why you're even gonna ask for a favor. He doesn't like you. He would rather see Santa in a bathing suit, which, by the way, I've seen multiple summer eatings featuring Santa, with him with a sand snowman and things like that, instead of just snow. So this guy needs to chill out. I know he doesn't like to chill, but he needs to chill out a little bit. Which he's not going to. Instead, he just argues with them and neither can agree, because they both want something if he's gonna do this for them and he doesn't want to do that for him. It's a whole ordeal. Of course, they're not gonna get along. That's the whole thing of their character. But Mrs. Claus, she's just tired of their bullshit. She doesn't want to deal with them, and she is gonna go above both their heads and talk to Mother Nature. Which apparently is a huge deal. No one does it, and the others are scared.
As I said, I was pretty nervous myself. I had no idea what to expect of Mother Nature. But frightened as we were that determined that Santa should have his holiday.
Oh, so they gave you a hard time, did they, Mrs. Claus?
Oh, I'm sure they didn't mean to.
Oh, yes, they did. They're nasty little boys, both of them.
Oh, well, I wouldn't say that.
I'll straighten them out for you. Oh, you children.
Bro, why are they so huge compared to her? What the fuck? That's concerningly huge. But of course, if you couldn't tell, Mother Nature's gonna straighten them out. They both do what they're supposed to do. It snows in the town. The town believes in Santa. They love Santa now. Santa gets loved by every person in the world who's just like, yeah, you know what? You should get a vacation. You should get a day off. And Santa feels so loved that they all are giving him a day off. He decides, fuck all of that. Fuck your opinions. I don't care that you guys want me to have a day off anymore. I don't care that you guys finally agreed, to give me a day off for centuries of doing this. Which, by the way, this man doesn't work most of the year. I'm pretty certain he does not need a day off anyways. But he's just like, nah, fuck all that. I'm gonna do Christmas anyways. Everyone's happy. Everyone loves him at the end. I mean, they do need to make Christmas happen at the end. I get that. Oh god, I keep yawning. I'm so tired, if you couldn't tell. But with more Christmas videos next year, I don't know exactly when this is getting posted. I probably would do it the day before Christmas Eve just to enjoy the Christmas holiday. And I hope you guys will enjoy it too. Remember, after the Christmas holiday, we're going back to our good videos. More Chris Hansen, some probably some Gordon Ramsay and more. Gotta take some of your recommendations. I know I have 2 that I've been waiting to do. One guy recommended a Catch a Predator series, I don't believe by Chris Hansen. And we have a Canadian animated show coming soon. So, like, subscribe to see all that and more. I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas, a Happy Hanukkah, a Happy Kwanzaa, whatever you're celebrating. I'm just glad you're letting me be a part of it. And until next time, hopefully I will see you next time. Have a good night.